would be $1,600 per unit.
Yeah, but
Maybe an additional little buffer, and maybe get a refrigerator, washer, dryer.
So also goes the water fee hookup things too. I mean,
Right,
that's not
right.
included too. I mean, that's a loss for the town. You know, that's a loss for the water department, which, you know.
Right, so
We've
waiving the
requested a
fees is
waiver.
a loss of just the water and sewer division and the water and sewer users. Waiving taxes is a loss, spreads it over a larger area, over every taxpayer.
Well, when the time comes, you can bring it up.
I mean, it's.
And I was going to say, if the committee wants to make the recommendation, now would be the time, because it's going to the town council next Monday night.
I would make it, others may disagree, so.
When you say taxes, everybody freezes, you know?
Well, one of the things we like about the program is that the town will receive the same taxes they would have received no matter who owned these properties. We don't like to, we have enough arguments and fights against affordable housing when we can say we pay taxes like everybody else when people live there and want to, and I think it helps people's perception of the type of projects that we do. So we don't like to alienate people right off the bat by not paying the fair share of taxes, but in the case...
You were suggesting for the first year, is that what you said?
Well, it says during construction, the taxes during construction were $5,094. And if those taxes were waived, that would give the three prospective new homeowners the opportunity to include appliances in their mortgage, which I think is going to reflect on the value of the houses anyway when they go to pay taxes and get them appraised down the road.
And that's one of...
Well, I don't think appliances go, I mean, when the houses are appraised, are they?
No.
Generally, it's,
No. Or assessed.
real estate.
It's all accepting consideration.
Right.
As you're suggesting, it basically gives us more money to be able to potentially provide some extras in the house, the appliances being one of those things.
I'm sorry?
I think what we're suggesting is that it doesn't, it allows there to be some more money in the budget to go into the house, the construction, and somebody.
But we're assuming, right, I mean, excuse me, I just had a thought, and that is, you know, you're thinking how nice it would be if we did this for, you know, somebody to go out and buy appliances. But that means we're telling them what to do versus them having to break on the construction or whatever it is. They may decide to do something completely different with the money. And, you know, your thought is, well, this would be a good thing. But they may not, you know, I mean, it wouldn't be stipulated that that's what the money would go for.
You could, I mean, could you not stipulate that, I mean, if these are fees that get tacked on their closing costs, am I assuming correctly, the transaction costs?
I think
The taxes in construction are considered part of our overall development cost.
Oh, okay.
So we factor that in because that's a cost of us during development. We have to pay certain
Okay.
things.
So if the town was to waive that,
Now we could put more money into the
Exactly.
construction side, so that
Yes.
would be upgrading or
right,
adding.
the church community could decide we're going to put a new refrigerator in each
Right.
unit because we didn't pay
Right.
these taxes during construction. So it wouldn't necessarily be the homeowner saving money, it saves them money during.
I will say that our policy is to pay taxes like everybody else does, because it's one of the first things that people bring up. Oh, that affordable housing, those people got off easy, they didn't have to pay.
Well, you didn't have to pay the water and sewer hookup.
Well,
That's not a tax. That's
No, I'm saying that tongue in cheek. I don't
I
understand.
understand. It's just that your water and sewer, connection fee is very high here, and it.
So it's
compared to
water
others.
cost.
Yeah, so water cost. So all those things get factored into what people can actually afford, But generally, the issue with taxes, just as you said, everybody freezes around taxes.
I do.
So we don't want these people to be looked at any different than anybody else.
As those people, yes.
Like we're carrying them, we want that.
Right.
That's usually with affordable housing or any type of what they call, they get the projects added to it.
Yeah, but on the other hand, you can't make these projects work. Yeah. can't make them work without subsidy,
Right.
whether it be local, state, or federal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And tax reductions and tax rates are one of the incentives listed in the affordable housing plan as a way to make affordable housing projects work.
But in this case, the town's actually putting up cold hard cash, which is unusual for communities.
That's true,
So
that's true.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's true.
And how is that paid though, if it's?
We have allocated $50,000 a year for the last 5 years into what we call our affordable housing trust. And that money is put aside for housing development. Well, it might have been
I think
6
this
years. We have
this year,
300,000.
I think it's
total,
300
correct?
now,
Yeah.
and this year is approved budget.
Right, yeah, as of July 1st. Yeah. So I guess it's 6 years.
So your answer really is the taxpayers are already contributing through the 200,000 we're requesting from the trust fund.
Well, maybe what we'll say is that you've got some contingency fees in here. If you've got money left over, you could throw the plans.
We'll see. Generally, we figure out one way or another how to get people their ability to move in and get it.
Yeah, just the cost of moving is always a surprise to a lot of people. I just had an employee move from Portsmouth to South Kingston, and by the time they came up with their rent, they had to pay the rent in advance, they had, and the cost of moving, and the cost of dumpsters to get them out of the old place, hooking up, turning things on, cable. I mean, the whole line, it was a ton of money by the time they get done. So
I've always said-
I'm ready to advance the money.
For some reason, you always need a new broom. You can never use your old broom and bucket. I don't know why, but anytime I moved 11 times or 12 times in 11 years, and I think I ended up with 11 brooms, but for some reason, I always
That's
need
why
a
the
new
app
broom.
is hard for you. Because that is exactly what happened.
It is, it's true. You always need a new, like, some kind of cleaning device or something.
That's true.
They never find one.
Splurge for a Swiffer.
Yeah,
So it's packed up by the time you need it. Yeah.
Well, then why don't we vote as submitted, and then if you guys come up with extras, see what we can do.
Thank you, Chris. Second.
All approved?
Aye. Thank you.
I think this is, the location is great. You got the playground right there, you got the school, you got libraries right there.
It's great. Bus routes,
Walking the
if
town,
you need it.
Oh, it's absolutely wonderful. Yeah.
All right, thank you
And
very
it's
much.
not one of those townhouses like Mrs. Slocum or whatever her name was, sure is.
So we also have on the agenda, election of officers. Nick Robertson was our chair, and we were waiting for a full quorum before we had elections, but that has not happened. We're now down one member still, Nancy Mason, and we're also down another member because Nick has not been replaced, correct? So we're actually down 2 members right now. So until the council appoints, we still need a chair, so.
I think you did a great job.
Valerie would like to nominate.
Oh, thank you. Valerie would like to nominate. Thank you.
Yes. Would you like to second that, Deb?
Sure. Likewise, second that?
Yeah. Sure. All in favor? Okay.
Congratulations. You know, I just left it in the other room. I wasn't on yet.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. Thank you.
Objections?